Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today I will be presenting my minor presentation. I am Muhammad Adam bin Nur Azman. I am from Group 7. So basically there are three parts for my minor presentation, which is the earthwork, water reticulation and costing and estimation. So the the things that I will be presenting is the introduction, objective, problem solution, and there are some results and analysis for certain part. So we will be starting off with the earthwork. So as an introduction, earthwork is the process that involve excavation, transportation and compaction the surface of the earth at another location. There are four main processes in earthwork, that is excavation, transportation, unloading and compaction. So earthwork mainly carried out at earlier stage of construction. Completion of earthwork within the prescribed program time is often the key to completion on time of the whole project. That means the earthwork is the important work in construction project. So basically, there are in this IDP there are four parts, which is the earthwork, erosion control, soil plan, water reticulation, and cost and estimation. So the earthwork is the first step in designing, or we could say in construction. Earthwork is the first step before we done our construction. So in earthwork there are three types of work, which is site clearance, excavation of trenches, and foundation and bulk excavation. So the objective, this is some of the objective. The first one is to carry out site inventory and site analysis on site. So what is meant by that? It is the first and vital step of a site planning process to provide a clear description of the proposed development area. Through this information, site analysis can be carried out to decide how to achieve the desired design. Site analysis is a preliminary phase of architectural and urban design processes dedicated to study of the climatic, geographical, historical, legal, and infrastructural context of a specific site. So the next objective is the determination of proposed level. So a proposed level is set based on the existing topography of the site area after the site inventory. The difference of highest point and lowest point are reduced. Steep slope are prevented from the proposed level for the consideration of orientation house and also lot. So earthwork will be laying out the construction site. So the main point for this proposed level is to have minimum steep slope, which is unconventional during the construction. So the last objective is the cut and fill process to ensure the adequacy of proposed level. After the earthwork level is proposed, the higher surface at site need to cut, and the surface where have lower level than proposed level need to be filled up with soil. The difference between cut volume and fill volume need to be minimized to reduce the transportation cost. So the problem that I seen from the earthwork is, the first one is the slope failure may occur, and the second one is the earthwork cut and fill problem. So this is the solution. So the first solution is slope analysis and design are required to be carried out at the development area to determine the best and safest slope that has a minimal chance of failure. So the second problem is the earthwork cut and fill. So this is the solution, whereby one way to reduce the amount of earthwork cut and fill is to set the grade line as closely as possible to the ground line while also considering the cut and fill balance. So the next part is the water reticulation. So as an introduction, water reticulation system is a water distribution network that commonly delivers or transport clean water from sources to the users. The rapid increase in the population as well as rapid economic growth has led to the need for industrial areas. So the basic principle in designing the system is to be able to design a system that balances the cost with efficiency, reliability, redundancy, and utility. A complete design scheme or layout that has been developed will then predict and analyze the effectiveness of the entire distribution pipelines of the proposed area. So as you can see, this is how our group designed for the water rectification pipeline system. So for the objective, there are five. The first one is to determine the daily water demand, average flow rate, and peak flow. The second one is to determine the capacity and height of storage water tank. The third one is to determine the flow rates and velocity in pipe. The fourth one is to assure the minimum pressure head is satisfied. And last but not least is to determine the appropriate pipe type and size. So the problems that I've seen from water reticulation part is the design of pipes and the pressure head that they needed to focus on. So for the design of pipe, some of the pipes give velocity that does not fulfill the requirement needed by their guidelines. And for the pressure head, the reduction size of pipes will affect the residual pressure head. So by taking notes of this problem, so this is the solution that I came upon. The first one is the design of pipe. Hence, to increase the velocity, the pipe diameter needs to be reduced so that the water can flow throughout each node. And for the pressure head, the analysis of residual pressure head is prioritized in each node, and the head loss in each pipe will lead to a satisfactory result as it complies with the requirements. So pressure head is before we design, we need to take note the pressure head first. So as for the costing and estimation, so as an introduction, earthworks are engineering work with a variety of engineering tasks that go much beyond the standard excavation of soil and rock and the transportation of the materials to another location on a site. There are four main processes in earthwork, which are unloading, shipping, drilling, and compaction. So to correlate between costing and earthwork. So basically, as I said before, earthwork is the what we call the work that lay out the construction. So starting from earthwork, many costs is being noted from that. So basically, estimation is to estimate the price and other resources needed to complete a task within a specific range. Cost estimating creates a total number that is used to determine a project's budget by taking into account all of the project's requirements. Cost reductions of between 20 and 30% are desired. So basically, estimation and costing will basically correlate to all of the three parts, which is the first one, the earthwork. The main focus is whereby the cut and fill progress cost is needed to be take note. For ESCP, as we can see, the what we call the stockpile must be take note. And for the water reticulation, the pipe, the type of pipe, the cost of the pipe itself must be taking note by this department. So the objective for costing and estimation is to define an appropriate project budget. The second one is to provide a rough idea of the cost of the job, and therefore its feasibility can be calculated. And the last but not least is to reduce costs and impact of project. So basically, for the cost and estimation, this is the result and analysis. So basically, our group set the general operator, the excavator operator, the dump truck operator, loader operator, tractor dozer operator, the what we call the cost from just the labor rate. The second one is the summary of calculation, which is starting from the site clearance, stripping topsoil, cut to formation level and transport, fill to formation level, compaction, dispose of excess soil. So this is the cost our group got, which is about 4 million. 60,896 ringgit and 70 cent. And last but not least is the carbon footprint, which we take note also uh, for our cost and estimation. So that's all from me. Thank you.